In a way, with generative AI, we've kind of replaced the scary blank page with a similarly scary blank prompt box. The new Create app for Microsoft 365 Copilot has a really handy section of prompt examples that can help us get past that blank prompt. In this video, we're going to explore some of those example prompts and talk a bit about the best practices when writing your own image generation prompts from scratch. Okay, so we're at the Microsoft Create app for Microsoft 365 Copilot, and on the landing page, you can see that you've got the items across the top. We're going to focus on creating just a standard image today. And we've got the blank prompt box up here at the top where we could type anything we want. We can attach an image if we want to. We can select a style, go through our brand kit, select a size. And this can be a little bit intimidating at first for people who aren't used to generating images with just text prompts. So Microsoft has actually created this really cool section at the bottom called Explore Images. And I love this for the fact that it gives me inspiration for what I might want to create with this app. And you can see across the right-hand side at the top that we can actually select different categories as well. So if we want celebrations, connections, teamwork, under the More section, there's even some industries like healthcare or manufacturing or retail that you can dive into. So if I scroll through here and I want to kind of play with my headshot a little bit, I want to kind of mess around with it. And there's a lot of these like people-centric type of inspirational images. And if you scan over one of them or mouse over it, you'll see that it changes to text. And this is the prompt that created that particular image. And if you click on that prompt, it will actually fill it in for you. So you can just replace a few elements in these brackets right here. So I really like this one. I think it's cool, kind of a hand-drawn landscape. So I'm going to select this. And when I click on it, it puts that prompt up in the top. And it's kind of like a Mad Lib style fill in the blank type of situation. So I want to keep the man in a photorealistic style, but put him in a minimal hand-drawn doodle art landscape background. And there's 4 things that I can change about it, and I can replace the image. Obviously, that's not a picture of me. I want to do a picture of me. So I'm going to go right here. I'm going to replace the image by clicking Replace Image. And I'm going to select my headshot and open it. So I've got my picture right here. I could add other images if I wanted to. So I'm going to say keep the man in a photorealistic style, place him on a minimal hand-drawn doodle art landscape background. So maybe rather than a landscape, I want to say a futuristic office building. Right? Put a cool looking office building behind me. And then I can select different styles if I want to, but the style is kind of written into the prompt right here as well. So with that, just filling in one of the blanks, changing out the image, I'm going to click Create. And it's kind of given me the structure to get over that blank prompt box and kind of start from an inspiring image that I saw from the library at the bottom. Okay, so now it has finished creating that image for me, and it's exactly what I asked for, right? I've got myself as a photorealistic picture. It kind of cleaned it up a little bit and, made it a little bit, it doesn't look like the actual photo, it's a little bit like beautified, I guess, or something, right? Like wrinkle lines and stuff are taken out. And then it's got that hand-drawn kind of basic background, kind of similar to that image that was that was the inspiration. But because I said instead of a landscape background, I wanted an office park in the background, it created that for me instead. So that's how you can kind of create something from a template. Now, if we go back to the Create app right here, we want to try creating something from scratch. And I wanted to share something that I've been learning from that my friend Andy Honeycutt sent me is Adobe has published a really nice kind of wiki of how to create images with text and writing effective prompts. And as I've been reading through and kind of learning, you can apply these concepts to the Create app for Copilot. And I'll put this link in the description below, but you can see here that we've got some effective tips and tricks. The first is to be specific. Use at least 3 words in your prompts. And you don't need to say like generate or create because you're already generating an image, so a fluffy cat on a windowsill, a series of upside down waterfalls, like kind of be specific, but be, direct in your language as well. Then the next is to be descriptive. You can create anything you want to. It's kind of, limited by your own creativity. So the more detailed your description, the more likely you are to get something that matches your vision. Like in the example earlier, I put a futuristic office building. I could have said a futuristic office building with trees in the background and there's children playing in a park and, the building has spaceships flying around it. I could keep adding details into that and being more and more descriptive. And you can see the example here is like just a blue toy truck or a blue colored toy truck with a ladder and textures of neon and red and yellow. You get a lot more. And then maybe it's a blue truck with a ladder and neon and yellow driving down the road, right? Put it in a scene so you have some background stuff. The next one is being original, thinking beyond simple descriptions to infuse prompts with your unique perspective. Try to, invoke your own style. Like I like a lot of kind of, cyberpunk or, synthwave type of style to things. So I might put that in my descriptions. Be empathetic. Whenever images are created from text, tailored to what the audience cares about, it's more engaging, right? So rather than just clay art of a girl wearing a raincoat, maybe if you want more emotion into it, say, well, the little girl has a big smile, right? And she's standing in front of an iceberg and, in the rain in a raincoat. So, put like an emotion into it rather than just a blank expression. She has a smile and that's more engaging for the audience. So think about things like that as well. So we're going to apply some of these concepts to writing a blank prompt with my headshot as well. So rather than going with this prompt that's like fill in the blank, another tip that you can do is you can click the edit prompt and you can get just raw text. And then now you could change it to anything you want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete that entire thing. And I'm going to say a man in a t-shirt, because I want to change from like that professional kind of collared shirt into a t-shirt, standing in front of a modern office park in a synthwave inspired scene with colors of neon, blue, and purple, because like that's kind of my background. I've got like blue and purple kind of going on, behind me. The scene is I don't know. The scene is daytime, and the man is excited. We're using a little bit of those prompting techniques to say, we're being specific. Like the guy is wearing a t-shirt, right? I want to change something about the guy. I'm being, empathetic, or I'm applying some emotion to it. Like the guy is exciting. Maybe he's looking into the future or something like that. I'm being descriptive about like what scene I want, what colors I want in that image as well. And then if I want to, I could select a style. I'm going to make it anime. And then under the size, I could make it wide, portrait, or square. I'm going to stick to wide because I want like a landscape behind the guy. And we're going to click create and see what different thing we're able to create with just raw text. Okay, so now I've got my image created, and dude, it is just so much fun to make these images. I really like the anime style. I really like being able to kind of infuse my own style into it. And you can see that we've got that here. We've got, you know, these neon blues and purples kind of coming out. The guy is certainly excited, right? His mouth is open. His eyebrows are raised. It put me in a t-shirt. I'm in front of a modern, you know, office park with trees in the background and all of that. Now, you don't have to get it right the first time either. So you can describe changes that you want to make as well. You can always edit and adjust your image by clicking the transform area and changing that. If you don't like the style, you can also drop down and change it to neon or whimsical 3D or something like that, and just hit update to try again and keep iterating on this type of thing. Now you might be wondering, like, which option would I use in what situation? And for me, if I don't really know what I'm looking for and I want to get started quickly, I'll start with the template here at the bottom. I'll start with one of these inspiring images and just fill in the blank. Those are good for quick turnaround things where you see something that's like intriguing to you, but you want to just kind of replace the style or replace like an element in it with your own item. If you're going with like the full blank prompt, that's if you want to infuse completely your own style. You've got a really good idea of what you want, and you want to be very descriptive about it, and you want complete creative control over what gets created. So you can go either way. You can start one way and then you could switch to go the other way. You can always go back and keep generating new pictures. And I find that through practice, you kind of land on what you really wanted by trying it a couple times and refining your prompt and refining what you're looking at, because it might kind of lead you in a direction that you weren't already thinking about. So whether you're a fill-in-the-blank template fan or a prompt purist, I hope this video helped uncover some of the amazing stuff that we can make with the new Create app for Copilot. Be sure to subscribe for more videos on all things Microsoft Copilot, and I'll see you in the next one.